Nikola Tesla, Chronology of a Visionary. Early Life and Education, 1856 to 1880. July 10, 1856. Nikola Tesla is born in Smiljan, Austrian Empire, modern-day Croatia, during a lightning storm. Son of Serbian Orthodox priest Milutin Tesla and Duka Mandic, an inventor of household appliances. 1863. Nikola's older brother Dane dies in a horse-riding accident, a trauma that profoundly affects young Tesla. 1870 to 1873. Attends Real Gymnasium in Karlovac, Croatia, where he becomes fascinated with demonstrations of electricity. 1874. Evades military conscription by fleeing to Tamangaj, where he spends a year exploring the mountains. During this period, he first conceives ideas about harnessing the power of Niagara Falls. 1875. Enrolls at Austrian Polytechnic in Graz, where he excels academically and studies physics and mathematics. 1878. Leaves Graz and severs ties with his family to avoid their learning. He had dropped out of school. 1880. Attends Charles Ferdinand University in Prague, but leaves after the death of his father. European career and development of AC, 1880 to 1884. 1881. Moves to Budapest, Hungary, where he works at the Budapest Telephone Exchange. While walking in a park, he has a vision of a rotating magnetic field and conceives the principle of the induction motor. 1882. Relocates to Paris to work for the Continental Edison Company, where he makes improvements to electrical equipment. 1883. Constructs his first induction motor while in Strasbourg, France. America and the War of Currents, 1884 to 1891. 1884 June 6. Arrives in New York City with 4 cents in his pocket, a book of poetry, and a letter of recommendation for Thomas Edison. 1884 to 1885. Works briefly for Edison, allegedly being promised $50,000 for improving DC dynamos. When Tesla completes the work and asks for payment, Edison reportedly says, "Tesla, you don't understand our American humor," offering a small raise instead. Tesla resigns. 1885. Works as a ditch digger for $2 per day to survive after leaving Edison. 1886. Unsuccessful attempt to start Tesla Electric Light Company, leaving him penniless again. 1887. Forms Tesla Electric Company, with funding from Alfred S. Brown and Charles F. Peck. Files first patents related to polyphase AC systems. 1888. Delivers lecture, a new system of alternate current motors and transformers, to the American Institute of Electrical Engineers, drawing the attention of George Westinghouse. 1888. Westinghouse purchases Tesla's AC patents for $60,000 plus royalties of $2.50 per horsepower generated. 1889 to 1891. Period of intense work on various electrical devices and systems while the war of currents between AC and DC intensifies. Edison stages public electrocutions of animals using AC to demonstrate its dangers. Fame and innovation peak, 1891 to 1900. 1891. Becomes a naturalized American citizen. Patents the Tesla coil. 1891 to 1892. Investigates high-frequency phenomena, giving lectures on his discoveries throughout Europe and America. 1893. Demonstrates wireless transmission of electromagnetic energy at the World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago. 1893. Westinghouse uses Tesla's AC system to light the World's Fair, decisively demonstrating AC's superiority over DC. 1895, March 13th. Tesla's laboratory on South Fifth Avenue in New York is destroyed by fire, losing years of notes, equipment, and experiments. 1895. Designs the first hydroelectric power plant at Niagara Falls, marking the definitive victory of AC in the War of Currents. 1898. Demonstrates the first radio-controlled boat at Madison Square Garden, a fundamental breakthrough in robotics and remote control technology. 1899. Relocates to Colorado Springs, where he establishes a laboratory for experiments with high-voltage, high-frequency electricity and wireless power transmission. Claims to have detected signals from other planets. Wardenclyffe and decline, 1900 to 1917. 1900. Secures $150,000 from J.P. Morgan to build a global wireless communication system, beginning the Wardenclyffe Tower project on Long Island. 1901. Marconi transmits the first transatlantic radio signal, a devastating blow to Tesla's wireless ambitions. 1905. J.P. Morgan withdraws funding from the Wardenclyffe project after learning of Tesla's true intention to provide worldwide free energy. 1906 to 1907. Develops bladeless turbine technology. 1909. Marconi shares the Nobel Prize in Physics with Carl Ferdinand Braun for their work in radiotelegraphy. Tesla is overlooked despite his earlier patents. 1915. Reports erroneously announced that Tesla and Edison would share the Nobel Prize in Physics. The prize ultimately goes to William Henry Bragg and William Lawrence Bragg. 1917. Wardenclyffe Tower is demolished for scrap to pay Tesla's debts. Later years and legacy, 1917 present. 1917 to 1926. Works on increasingly esoteric projects, including a death ray he called the Teleforce. 1928. Receives his last patent for a vertical takeoff and landing (VTOL) aircraft design resembling a modern helicopter. 1931. On his 75th birthday, Time magazine puts Tesla on its cover. He receives congratulatory letters from over 70 pioneers in science and engineering, including Albert Einstein. 1934. The New York Times publishes Tesla's detailed rebuke of Einstein's theory of relativity. 1934 to 1943. Lives in declining health at the New Yorker Hotel, room 3327, supported by a periodic stipend from the Yugoslav government. January 7, 1943. Dies alone in his hotel room at the age of 86. The FBI seizes all his papers and personal effects shortly after his death. 1943, January 12th. A state funeral is conducted at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine in New York City. 1952. The Supreme Court of the United States upholds Tesla's radio patent, recognizing him as the inventor of radio over Marconi. 1960. The SI unit of magnetic flux density is named the Tesla in his honor. 1975. Tesla's name begins appearing in popular culture, including in a 1976 novel by Thomas Pynchon. 1983. The Nikola Tesla Museum in Belgrade, which houses his ashes, is declared a monument of culture of exceptional importance. 2003, Tesla Motors, now Tesla Incorporated, is founded named after the inventor, focusing on electric vehicles and clean energy technologies. 2006. The 150th anniversary of Tesla's birth is celebrated worldwide, with events in Belgrade, New York, and his hometown in Croatia. 2018. SpaceX launches the Starman in a Tesla Roadster into orbit, with the car's dashboard displaying the words "Don't Panic," a fitting tribute to Tesla's visionary spirit. 2019 present. Continued declassification of FBI files on Tesla, revealing ongoing interest in his more speculative ideas about directed energy weapons and wireless power transmission. Throughout his life, Tesla registered approximately 300 patents worldwide and conceptualized countless other inventions that were never patented. His work forms the foundation of modern electrical systems, and his vision of wireless connectivity has been realized in ways he could only imagine.